Feds call an emergency meeting. Has the collapse started? We're going to find out.
I ain't gonna give in now. I just gotta live this now. I'm gonna be when I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town, cause I gotta be that king in their ring when I'm knocking them out when I'm back with the will. Cause I am just up on the journey. You just know that I'm just going insane.
Warriors, rise. Grand Rising Warriors. It is Monday, October 3rd, 2022. The Feds call an emergency meeting today as economies start to collapse. We're going to break that down. I'm going to give you my prediction on what I think is going to happen within the next 12 months. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, crypto, and business coach in the world. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you thinketh in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind and hold that frequency for a long enough period of time, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained here in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Now, why do I repeat that every single day? Because whoever controls the information, the money, controls the information, controls the people. You've been indoctrinated for a very long time, and the information has been fed to you, spoon-fed to you since you were a young child, and we are living someone else's paradigm. But once you start to unveil the truth, or whatever the truth may be for you, and you start to see how the financial system is actually run, you start to question everything. So what is happening right now? You see this reports on the news, stock market's up, stock market's down. But let's pull back to a 30,000 foot over and let's really digest what actually is happening right now. So we detach from the gold standard. I've said this a million times since 1971. Our currency has no backing at all. It's called fiat currency. It's fake. It has no backing at all. It's just numbers in a computer, specifically in a quantum computer. The banks do not have your money. If every single person walked into America to withdraw their money, they would be insolvent. There would be no money to give to you. Okay. Now this is happening globally. So the globe, not just America, is in a liquidity crisis. Most countries have more debt than they do have income. In America specifically, we have more debt than we have money in the system. So what they're doing right now, America is the largest GDP, which I'm going to show you GDP today. Am I bringing that up today? I think I got that on my thing here. Yep, I'm showing you the GDPs. There it is right there. Okay, let me just show you this. So America has the largest GDP. So people ask, well, why is America when they raise rates? Anything we do affects the whole world. Okay. So what's happening, there's an emergency meeting going on today, the Fed's called. So they called it emergency meeting on October 3rd, 2022. Now, remember, they've been raising the Fed rate was at 0%. I think it's at, don't quote me, I think it's at 3.75 right now, or it's over 3%. So the Fed's fund rate, every time that goes up, if you have an adjustable rate on your credit card or you have a variable rate, that means your payment goes up. If you have an adjustable rate on your mortgage, which I'm going to report on, actually, I got it on here today. I got a bunch of stuff on here today. The UK, 40% of their mortgages are adjustable rates and are coming due here very soon. Do you realize people are not going to be able to pay their mortgages? Think about this for just a moment. They're raising interest rates, making it completely unaffordable for the normal American. Every time they raise rates, well, what happens is the American dollar starts to skyrocket. So you need to pay attention to this meeting. Of course, I'll report on it tomorrow based on what happens. But this was dated on 9/29/2022. They called an emergency meeting to review and determination by the Board of Governors of the advance of the discount rates to be charged by federal funds. So we'll see what happens. It's obviously about interest rates, because here's what's happening right now. Here's what's happening. Here's the reality. The US dollar is running away from the other currencies. And I want to share with you guys. Now, I guess I'm a self-proclaimed economist. I just study the economy and I report this information. I study it 8 to 9 hours a day. I have a research team. And this is what we do all day. So we're trying to understand at a deep level, and we're trying to educate ourselves, because none of us were taught in the education system how to think about money or how the money actually works. Because if you figured out how money actually works, we would be in trouble if we were doing what they're doing. If we were just printing money and we were just buried in debt and we just kept printing, we'd be in trouble for doing that type of stuff. But they can do it all day. So worldwide, most central banks are in trouble. Okay. excuse me, most countries are in trouble, and the central banks are waiting to bail them out. Okay. So here we are. The US dollar is running away. Canadian dollars is going down, Australian dollar, the euro, the British pound collapsed, the Japanese yen. Okay. So US dollar is taking off. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? Excuse me. I've had horrendous allergies with all these storms and dust storms. Sorry. So US dollar is taking off here. Okay. So if we go here and we took this, why is the US dollar so strong right now? Okay. A strong dollar refers to the relative value of dollars compared to another currency or baskets of currency. A currency isn't strong or weak on its own. It's only is basically compared to something else. Now remember, these are a bunch of fake currencies. They have no value. The American dollar has no value. It's just our belief in it. The US dollar is strengthened because the Fed adopted a hawkish monetary policy stance in response to skyrocketing inflation. It has lifted the federal funds rates from zero in the beginning of 2022 to a range in between 3% and 3.25. So I was incorrect on that. 3% to 3.25 at the September FMOC meeting. So they basically raised interest rates. Now remember, when you see this, you're thinking, well, isn't this great? Isn't this good for us? No, it's not good for normal everyday Americans because these two are attached. Interest rates are skyrocketing. The normal, everyday working class American can no longer afford a house. Their variable rate mortgages are skyrocketing. Their payments are going up. Okay. Your credit card payments are going up if you have a variable rate on your credit card. Anything that's variable is going up. So what this does is this makes the rich richer. And the reason why this is skyrocketing is because all this money down here, if you guys can see this, the wealthy are investing in US dollars because when the rates go up, when the rates go up, excuse me, the actual you get more money by storing your money in US dollars. So the big money is moving their money and sucking it out of their own economies. So we are destroying the other smaller economies. We are literally the bully. We're destroying the other economies, and it's not helping the normal everyday working American. This is helping the wealthy. Okay, so the wealthy are running back to the dollar, right? Because they're getting a higher yield. But guess what? Just like crypto, what happens when crypto skyrockets like this? What happens when the stock market skyrockets like this? What goes up comes collapsing back down because when they get their money or they get their yield, then they're going to pull and then it's going to come collapsing down. But we can't keep this casino going, or can they? Or can they? I'll give you my opinion at the end here. Okay. So, how moves in the Fed's fund rate affect the US dollar? So, key takeaways from Investopia. When the Federal Reserve increases the federal funds rate, it typically increases interest rates throughout the economy, which tends to make the dollar stronger. Okay. The higher yields attract investment capital from investors abroad seeking higher returns on bonds and interest rate products. So, the reason they're sucking the money out of their economy into our economy, right? But that doesn't help the middle class. Increase or decrease in the Fed's funds rate have correlated fairly well with moves in the US dollar exchange rate versus other currencies. So basically, well, the reason why is look at our GDP, man. We're a monster. When we move our rates, it affects everybody. Everything we do affects everybody else. But here's what's happening. So this is on September 29th as now feds are going into this emergency meeting. China tells state banks to prepare for a massive dollar dump and yuan buying spree as Beijing's prior interventions have failed to stem its currency's worst year since 1948. Reuters reported that China state-owned banks to get ready to sell the dollar and buy yuan in an effort to prop up the local currency. So basically, this is what I was talking about. So they're buying, and then they want them to pull so they can strengthen and pull all those profits into here. It's just like the stock market. But this is your 401k. This is your pension, guys. They're literally seesawing and playing games with your money. So they're going to pull their profits and pull it into their dollars, okay? So that's what the elite are doing. So we know this happened recently. This was a big news last week, right during the Shemitah, right after the Shemitah, last day of the Shemitah. Pound drops more than 1% as Banks of England steps into the bond market, okay? This is wild. UK mortgages turmoil threatens 70% surge in average cost. Bloomberg Economics estimate monthly costs could reach was at £1,325. New home build prices could fall 15% in 2024. And so basically they're looking at a catastrophic home crisis in the UK. Their dollar dropped 1%, the lowest it's ever dropped in history. And here's what's happening right now. So America's GDP is dominant, but look at this. United Kingdom is 2.8. They're at 3.29% of the global GDP. Okay. China, Germany, you got United States, Japan are some of the biggest GDPs. So what China does, we know that China's economy, we found out with Evergrande, they're not as strong as we thought they were, right? The United China is already digitized. They're already in a social credit score type system. Okay. And America is kind of moving towards that. If you think about it, the middle class is getting wiped out, guys. The middle class, the American dream is going to be gone. The small and mom and pop businesses, that is gone. They literally can't afford to operate right now. Wait till they continue to raise interest rates, because you know what this does when they do this, when they raise interest rates right here, and it does this, that doesn't help you. The US dollar strengthening doesn't help you unless you're traveling abroad or you're trying to import foreign goods. But if you're a small mom and pa running a local barber shop or running a local sandwich shop, this shit doesn't help you. That doesn't do anything for you. You're not out traveling to Barbados and traveling to UK right now. It's cheap as hell to go to the UK, right? It's cheap as hell to go to these countries that are Australia, the British pound. Any of these currencies right now, it's cheap. But are you doing foreign transactions? No, you're trying to survive and keep your employees, staff on board. So this is not good for us when you see this type of stuff. They're basically playing a casino with your money. Okay. And at the same time, this stuff is happening right now. So here's my opinion, what I think is happening. So basically what they're doing is they're getting us all set up. There's going to continue to be countries that collapse within the GDP, within the the country, their GDPs are, a lot of them are upside down right now. So they're basically going to continue to collapse. Their currencies are going to collapse. They're going to continue to be devalued. You're going to see a massive credit sell-off or a bunch of bankruptcies, and we're going to go into a big reset. Okay. And that's why US lawmakers are asking Bitcoin to be inside crypto portfolios, because Bitcoin is a deflationary asset. There's only a certain amount of Bitcoin, and is going to be like a gold type standard. That's why they want that in the system, right? And then XRP, XLM, all the ISO 20022 tokens or 2002, whatever you call it, basically are going to be the new monetary system and how we move money at the speed of light 24/7. Okay. This is the actual bill that they put in. So I read through these things, nothing that exciting. They're just trying to get basically, which Bitcoin is under the CFTC, regulated as a commodity. They're just trying to get Bitcoin regulated or put into 401k plans. So, but I think we know, was it BlackRock? BlackRock and Fidelity already allow that into their funds. So, Warriors, I feel very calm right now. The reason why I'm calm, we've been preparing for this. This is our Super Bowl. We've been preparing for this for a very long time. Our Warriors are prepared in our academy, 3twarrioracademy.com. Whoever's watching this, 3T Warrior Academy is not about protesting or going against anything, not going against left, right. We don't pick sides. We are the side. We are the love. We are the vibration. We are the frequency. We're high vibration beings coming together, working together, and just showing each other exactly what we're doing, managing the quantum financial system, working to shift the generational wealth back to our families. That's all we're doing. So if you want to be part of the best tribe with the best vibe, 3twarrioracademy.com. And just so you guys know, this is a time to get in. I'm going to start verbalizing this because I'm a manifestation machine, and I really want to take my academy completely private again. It used to be an interview process. We had to interview to get in the academy, and I'm going to verbalize this to my team this week in our Tuesday I don't say corporate headquarters meeting. We don't like to use word corporation. Our meeting, our company meeting with our staff members. I'm going to be mentioning I really want to take our academy private, where it's interview process. I used to do interviews with every single person to get in our academy. So if you want to get in, this is a time to get in, because I'm really working to take it private once again, because I want to work with people who are committed, people who are focused, people who are not just looking for a quick fix, or people who want to shift the generations. As we always say, Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.